Assalamu alaikum all. Thank you for watching. One of the most profound questions in theology is that do you have faith if your faith doesn't impact your actions? Is it enough to merely believe without at least impacting yourself, if not others? And, the majority of our tradition has said no. Because believing entails actions which are shown in your life at least, but preferably in others as well. In our tradition we have, and in our religion we have the story of Iblis, and technically he believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he believes in the day of judgment, but he's not a believer. So essentially, every true believer has to absorb the values of his or her religion and to act upon them. But the question is, to what extent? And the ideal scenario would be implementing the religion's key values and practices within one's own life, but also being a role model and influencing the others around you. To be an exemplary example, to be a leader. And inshallah, in this series, that's what I want to focus on. Inshallah, I plan to talk about 1 to 2 characteristics of a leader each week. And there, from an Islamic perspective, there are about 11 key characteristics of a leader that I want to highlight, inshallah ta'ala. The first being sincerity, followed by firmness, truthfulness, reliability, selflessness, strong ethics, loyalty, passion, moderation, humility, and mercy. And the first of these is sincerity. And when looking at this from an analytical perspective, there's 2 definitions that come to mind when we think of sincerity. The first, of course, is being sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first thing a Muslim must do to make his or her actions truly count is to purify his or her intention, purify the niyyah in one's worship and one's religious deeds. We should act sincerely for the sake of Allah and dedicate our deeds to no other, so we can prevent things such as shirk and hypocrisy. And a good leader, a strong leader from an Islamic perspective, will be first and foremost sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He or she would not lead to impress society or for the fame that comes with it. He or she, once again, would lead for the sake of Allah. Secondly, a sincere leader will never care for his own particular needs. His concentration will be centered towards achieving the common goals of the public, of the society that he's leading, of the organization that he's leading, or even of the larger ummah that he's leading, right? That individual would be centered around the common goals themselves. And lack of iman in a person, lack of Islamic belief within a person would lead to bad leadership, because this would entail things such as, half-heartedness, selfishness, greediness, ineffective communication, and an authoritarian approach, right? Every week, inshallah, I'll try to keep these lectures or these mini sessions, basically, these weekly reminders as the channel is, under 5 minutes. But to summarize, the best faith is when we take initiative and activism not only within our own lives, but in others as well, especially during times like today when our ummah is falling into great danger. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us the most sincere in our own deeds, in our own intentions, and help us apply the sincerity while being a leader. Assalamu alaikum all. Jazakallah khair for watching.